Good morning, everybody. This is your host, Russ Conway, for God's Plan Is Now. This is our Monday vodcast. Hope y'all are having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. I know my wife and I and my son had some awesome time on Saturday spending it together. He's with me this weekend, so it's always great to have my family together. Went down to Richmond Hill, visited with my grandparents. It was an awesome time. And then Sunday morning got up, spent a good Sunday morning together in prayer and devotion. And then Sunday afternoon we headed to the Life UPC Church, our Richmond Hill campus. Pastor Josh Warner had an awesome message about the victory after the wilderness. He basically read from the book of Isaiah 43:19. Behold, I will do a new thing, now it shall spring forth, shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. His topic was referring to the victory after the wilderness. He also referenced Job and a lot of other great things as well too. If you weren't able to hear the message, you definitely missed out. If you want to check it out, this Thursday we have our Thursday night service at 6:30, 6 o'clock prayer. And then of course also have our TTFF, which is our third Thursday friends and fellowship service where we get together, eat food, and have a great time. So definitely want to check us out there. We're at the Richmond Hill campus location in between Blockers and Melodies off of Highway 17. Real quick, won't take long. I want to give honor to my pastor, Pastor Josh Warner, my bishop, Tommy Crutchfield, and the pastor of the Life UPC Church in Hinesville. Thank you too for your prayers. Thank you for your support, and y'all are great role models. And I do appreciate every input you have ever given me to make me who I am now, and I want to say thank you for that. Today's topic, believe it or not, actually stems off of my pastor's message. That's one of the things that God does. He showed me this message on Friday, and I thought this didn't really make much sense about what he was trying to get me to go over. But after pastor's message yesterday, it was confirmation. So that's what God does. God will confirm things in your life, and it may be a few days later, and it may be a few months later. But it just goes to show you that when you get that confirmation, you need to act on it. So I want to thank my pastor for his message yesterday and acting on God to preach that, because that confirmed that this is what I needed to do for you guys today. The title of my message, I always love giving my titles, is called The Change After the Victory. When I heard the message yesterday from my pastor, again, it was a confirmation to God that this was the message for you guys today to hear. People change after things happen to them. That's the way of life. It's the way things go. You learn from your mistakes, you move forward. God puts us through the wilderness to make us new. Pastor talked about it yesterday. Sometimes we go through the wilderness, we come out victorious because of that battle or because of that tribulation or trial, is what he referred it to. Don't beat yourself up over the change. Sometimes you think that afterwards you're not the same person you were before and you think you failed. For example, you may have done something for so long and then you stop doing it. And then you realize you're letting God down. You're failing God by doing that. But in essence, it's only making you appreciate God more because you didn't do what you were doing. You stopped what you were doing and you're thinking, God, I can't believe this happened. But God was trying to teach you, I want you to appreciate me more. I want you to appreciate what I've done for you more. Think on these things. Remember where I've got you from, what I've done. Sometimes it's a period of meditation, is what I like to call it. And in the scripture, Philippians 3:21, King James Version, it reads, "Who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able, even to subdue all things unto himself." Now, I like to bounce around from different Bible verses, or different Bible translations. One of the ones I like to read is the New Living Translation, which takes the King James Version and just kind of makes it a little more modern. But I still stem it from the King James Version. And it says, "He will take our weak mortal bodies and change them into glorious bodies like his own, using the same power with which he will bring everything under his control." He is constantly molding us and shaping us for our change after the victory. When you go through a battle and you come out, you will sustain some wounds. You may sustain battle injuries, battle fatigue. Our soldiers are even facing it now. So don't beat yourself up over the change that has come upon you after your wilderness. In physical thinking, if I go through the wilderness and I'm in the wilderness for a long time, I come out maybe a little bit thinner. Wouldn't hurt for me. Come out with a little more hair on my face, longer hair because I've been in the wilderness. You will have changes from that journey, from that battle. But remember, God's the one that puts you through that wilderness to begin with. God's the one that's the potter at the potter's wheel. He is molding you into what he wants you to be. So don't fear the change. Embrace it. Learn from it. I mentioned in my past podcast that I was doing it every single day, and I decided to deviate from that and do it once a week, 2 days a week, and then it slowly starts to descend into less time. The devil is trying everything he can to keep you from doing God's will. You have to remember that God is doing everything he can to keep you in his will. So whatever changes happen to you, whether you think they're bad or whether you think they're good, God has a reason for that. Now, that bad change that may have happened, maybe you picked up a bad habit. Maybe God was just trying to get you to go the route of a good habit or to go the route of something else, and our flesh took over. That's okay. Here's the great thing about it. We are in the dispensation of grace. So right now, you have a chance at a clean slate. You have a chance to redeem everything you just did by acknowledging God and reading the book of Acts 2:38. Follow that scripture. Read it. If you have any questions about it, email me, godsplanisnow@gmail.com. Want to thank everybody for your awesome support, your prayers, your comments, your likes, your shares. Don't forget to send this video to your friends, your family. And remember, God put you through the wilderness for a reason. Accept that change after your victory and get ready for the next one, because I promise you it's going to be better than the last. This is Russ Conway signing off for the day. Y'all have a blessed week.